Hey everybody, how's it going? Nasal Cactus here. I think I said at the end of the last video I was going to sleeve up a couple of things and then dive right back in. And that's exactly what I did. If you watched the last video, I sleeved up this Force Lightning Legendary and this Smoke and Cinders Hyperspace Rare. But for me, so far, the foil, hollow, hollow foil? Man. The foil rare Jeddah City base is kind of the pull of that last group of packs. So I'm going to grab, there's two, grab the other two right there, and start off with Chewbacca leading us off. I'm going to try again. If you saw in the last video, I'm trying to tap the cards down a little bit. It might seem silly, but I've been feeling like when I open the packs, the first card is easy to see what it is in some way. Like I'll see an edge or I'll see something that shows me. It's not usually a showcase. So if you are just joining and haven't really gotten into this game yet, the big chase cards for me right now are the showcase cards. Everybody's chasing those, I feel like, at this point. The big pull is Boba Fett. I'm not a big Boba Fett fan, so I don't fully understand it. But then personally, I am looking still for a Millennium Falcon. I haven't pulled one yet, and it didn't come in the starter deck. So definitely trying to land a big hunk of junk. Hyperspace, IG-88. I haven't seen IG-88 as a leader card in a while. I feel like he can go with, I had a Hera, I think Hera's underneath these other hyperspace cards right here, so IG-88 can go there as well. Yeah, I haven't seen IG-88 pop up a whole lot in the commanders, leaders, whatever you want to call them. Gween Squeen. That's a reference to a very early one of these videos that I did where I could not say Green Squadron A-Wing because I was very tired. I had come home from work and I had the very first booster box of this set. I had actually, I will maintain secrecy of my sources. I had actually gotten the first booster box that I opened on here a few days before the game was supposed to come out. But they had it and I asked and they gave it to me. So, I mean, I bought it from them. But Pirated Starfighter as our last... Is this Tarkin Town? Okay, Tarkin Town. We'll take that. A little off-center, though. Weighted a little more to this side. But, you know. I've got a few of these now. Bumping around somewhere. And then a hyperspace. Or a foil. Nah, Tarkin Town can go over there. It's a rare, but... And then a foil Forced Surrender, which I'm pretty sure I just pulled one out of this pack. Yeah, it's right there. So, you know, I guess a bit of a 2-for-1 on that with the foil uncommons to round out that pack. Bit of a bust, but, you know, we keep going. Yeah, that very first booster box feels like a long time ago. I want to just, before I really rip into this one, or like start going through the cards, I want to thank everybody who has a little dent on this foil coming out of the pack. And you can see it just like right at the top, little dent on that foil. Hopefully it's not something amazing. Yeah, if you've been watching these and liking them or commenting, or if you've subscribed since I started doing these videos, just want to say thank you. Thanks for joining us for all of this and going on this weird adventure that I decided to start randomly about a month ago for a card game that kind of randomly popped up on my radar as a Star Wars fan and got me to decide to start chasing some stuff. I've mentioned before that, you know, and I've been collecting Pokemon cards for several years now. You know, Puma and I, we go way back in the Pokemon collection world. A story that we like to share between the two of us is that at one point, I'm pretty sure, and you know, of course, this is hindsight. So the story always gets bigger and more grand as time goes on. We had a first edition Rogue Squadron Skirmisher. That's very nice, like the Snowspeeders. We had a first edition Blaine's Charizard, and then something happened to it, and we lost it, and here we are, some 25 years later, and still have never found it. But all right, Legendary coming up. Is this is Change of Heart? Yes, Change of Heart Legendary. I was just, when I was organizing things before I started the videos, I noticed that I had one of these laying on top. So, and Keep Fighting foil, common. Yeah, Change of Heart. Let me look at this card. Take control of a non-leader unit at the start of the regroup phase. Its owner takes control of it. Take control of a non-leader unit. Oh. That's interesting. I wonder if you can just like straight up use somebody's unit against them. Like for your turn, can you just take over a Luke Skywalker that's on the board? If you I know a lot of people are building like Sabine decks. I wonder if you had like an Ezra in that deck, if you could take over Ezra for that turn, and then they would get it back. That's the way it sounds to me. All right, pack number 3, Chewbacca again. Just got a Chewbacca out of that last one. Yeah, not a showcase either. That's disappointing. Hyperspace Echo Base. Ooh, I see something at the back. I see something at the back. Moment of Peace, common. Regional Sympathizers, common. Guerrilla Attack Pod, common. Patrolling V-Wing, common. This is a very quick aside. It feels like it's got a little bit of like a catch on the edge of that card. That's weird. I'm just remembering, was this the pack that had the little dent? No, that was the last one. Watching people who collect Pokemon cards or pull Pokemon cards, I prefer this method. Let me know what you prefer of going through the cards in the like more suspenseful way. I want to work my way up to arguably the rarest card, the most exciting card in the pack. That is also a little antithetical, I guess, because these start off with the showcase. So arguably you do get the most exciting card right on the front of it. I guess there's probably, you can't really even get around it. If you pull, you could probably take the 2 off the front, move them to the back. That way you could like sandwich the potential showcase between the base and the foil. So I guess that's one way to get around it if decided to. If you would rather I try and do that, let me know. If that sounds more exciting to you, I'm perfectly willing to give it a try a few times and see how it goes. But with Pokemon and stuff like that, I like to try and like set it up so that you get to the rare last. You get to one of the more exciting cards, and these are like put together in a way that you get to. Oh my gosh! So I have so many cards with the Millennium Falcon on them, but I don't have the Millennium Falcon. Disappointing to not have, but it's okay. Seasoned Short Trooper. The Hyperspace foils are just so pretty. Rares, where are you? They are right there. Hyperspace. I'll put that right there. Hyperspace foil, pull it right there. But yeah, with these, having that showcase right off the top takes a little bit of the suspense out of it, especially right now with, those being the chase cards for everybody. Pretty quickly whether or not you got what could probably pay for a booster case, especially with that Boba Fett card. That Boba Fett card on like TCG players going for something crazy. It was like $700 last time I looked. IG88, we just saw you recently. At least it wasn't another Chewbacca, though. And you love me some Chewie, but not when I'm chasing any showcase cards. And in saying that, I don't even know which one I would want. I've seen Cassian more than I've seen anybody, I feel like. I think I've seen somebody on Reddit, on the Star Wars Unlimited subreddit, posted that they got a Boba showcase card, which was really cool. I mean, they look beautiful. I'm not a Boba Fett fan, so not necessarily my thing. But the card did look great. I didn't get him as a leader, but I got him as a unit. Okay, thanks, Chewie. I mean, glad to see you again. I guess I better own up to my comment before and say that I do actually like seeing Chewbacca. I'm a Chewbacca fan, but Wolfie. Not off the top of my head. Another common, and all right, that's a bit of a bust, but you know, that's okay. Still getting some cool cards. I don't think that I had Sneak Attack before, so a great addition to what I already have. I don't think that I've gotten to that point. I'm going to show everybody. I've not pulled this off yet, so please forgive me. I don't think that I've gotten that far in organizing everything yet. You know, as the card list is set up, work your way through leaders and then bases, and then yeah, I think I've only really done the blue cards so far. I have not gotten into, there's the Luke Skywalker that we pulled out of the first booster box, looking great. This is a little preview, I guess. Yeah, that's where it kind of ends. A little preview of something I want to work on for future videos. Getting eventually really everything, you know, from a master set list put into that binder and available to show. So thanks again, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate your support, your views. Feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know, again, what you're chasing, if you managed to pull the card you've been looking for. If you want a seasoned Shore Trooper for a Millennium Falcon, a Hyperspace Foil Shore Trooper for a Millennium Falcon, let me know. That would not be a great trade for you, but if you really want to make it, I would appreciate it. But yeah, I think I'm going to just wrap this one up. I don't know how many more I have. I think I have maybe 8 more packs. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 2, 4, yeah, 8 more packs. So we're getting close to the end of this box. We're about 2/3 of the way through now. But yeah, thanks again, everybody, for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and be sure to tune in for more videos. Trying to get on a more regular posting schedule of at least 3 days a week. So stick around for more, and hopefully we'll see you soon.